Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Design with Roosevelt. Continuing with CSWA practice problems, today we'll work on question 7.13. Let's take a look at this question. So in this question, unit of measurement is millimeter gram second. Like always, we need to ensure we are using the same unit of measurement in SolidWorks setting. Now, looking at this question, we have the top view, 3D model, front view, and the right view. My preference is to focus on the top view. I'm going to make a 2D sketch of this view and I will extrude that to make a 3D model. Then after that, I will focus on making this cutout on the right view. After that, I will focus on making these buses and a front cutout. And eventually I will focus on making these two holes. So with this introduction, let's jump into SolidWorks and start modeling this part. In SolidWorks, first we need to check unit of measurement, and you can see that we have millimeter gram second, which is a correct unit of measurement. Now click on the sketch, and choose top plane. From the top view, you can see that we have a symmetric geometry. So let's click on center line and let's make a center line here as a reference. Now I start with the line command and I'm going to start from the origin of the geometry. I go to right, then going down. Then I need tangent arc, so I change the command to tangent arc. Then I need another arc, something like this. Another arc as well. Then going down, going to left, going up, and going back to this center line. Okay, so now we have a rough 2D sketch. Now it's time to add some dimensions. According to the top view, distance between this line and mirrored line on the other side should be 98 millimeter. Distance between this line and mirrored line on the other side should be 58 millimeter. This length should be 14 millimeter. Distance between center point of this arc and a bottom line should be 88 millimeter. Radius of this arc should be 18 millimeter. Radius of this arc should be 22 millimeter. Radius of this arc should be 7 millimeter. If you look at the top view, you can see that the center point of this arc is right on top of the center point of the arc for this slot. And that distance from the mirrored distance on the other side should be 107 millimeter. Okay, so now we added almost all dimensions for the top view. Now, looking at the right view, you can see that the overall length of the geometry is defined. The overall length of the geometry should be 132. So from top to bottom should be 132 millimeter. And the distance between this point and this line should be 24 millimeter. And now by adding this dimension, you can see that we have a fully defined geometry. All we need to do is to use mirror command to make the rest of the geometry. So from a sketch, click on mirror entities. For entities to mirror, select these lines. And for mirror about, select the center line. And now you can see the preview. Click on OK, and that's it. So now you can see that we have the geometry. Also, if you look at this view, you can see that we need a slot here. So in order to make a slot, I click on a sketch and I choose a straight slot command. And as I mentioned, the center point of the arc for this slot should be right on the center point of these arcs. So I start from this point, I go to left, and I'm going to make this a slot. The width of the slot should be 7 millimeter. So add this distance, 7, and that should be enough to define the geometry. So now we have a fully defined geometry. Now it's time to extrude this feature. Click on Feature, click on Extrude Bus, and for the extrusion, you can simply extrude this geometry by 66 millimeter. But in this case, because I want to try and match the origin of the geometry in my model with the origin of the geometry in a question, I try to do this extrusion in two directions. The reason is that in some of the videos, I got comments from viewers that they're asking if the placement of the origin of the geometry matters. The short answer is that it doesn't matter if you want to find a volume. It doesn't matter if you want to find a mass, because mass and volume are independent of the original geometry. Of course, if you want to find moment of inertia or other properties, it matters. But in these cases, it doesn't matter. However, in this question, I want to try and match the origin of the geometry in my model with what we have in the question. That's why for doing this extrusion, first for direction 1, I'm going to go with 15 millimeters. And I click on this box to activate direction 2. And for direction 2, I'm going to go with 66 millimeter, which is the overall height, minus 15 millimeter, which is the direction 1 distance. And now you can see that we have the extrusion happening in 2 directions. Click on OK, and that's it. Now, if I click on evaluate, click on measurement, and I measure from top to bottom, it should be 66 millimeter. And now you can see that we have 66. So just to be clear, this step is not necessary. You can just go straight for 66 millimeter extrusion. However, in this case, I wanted to match the origin of my model with the origin of the geometry in the question. Okay, so that's the first step. Next step, I want to make a cutout on a right view. So let's click on a sketch, and let's choose right plane. As you can see, this is the origin of the geometry. We have 15 millimeter on the top and 66 minus 15 in the bottom. Now, in order to make a cutout, I click on rectangle command and I'm going to select corner rectangle. I start from the origin of the geometry and I make a box here. According to the right view, distance between this line and this line should be 33 millimeter. And that should be enough to define this geometry. Now click on feature, click on extrude cut. For the extrude cut, we want to go through both sides. Click on OK, and that's it. So now we made the cutout in this geometry. Next step, we want to make a cutout in this part of the geometry. So let's click on a sketch, and select this surface. Now click on rectangle command, start from this point and make a rectangle. The height of this rectangle should be 16 millimeter. So this is 16, and that's enough to define this geometry. Now click on feature, click on extrude cut, and we want to go all the way to this back surface. Click on OK, and that's it. So that's a cutout we need for this part of the geometry. Next step, let's make a bus here on the back side. So click on a sketch, and let's select this back surface. For making a sketch, I click on line command. I start from here, I go up, I change the command to circle command, going down and going back to this part of the geometry. We also need a hole right in the center point. Awesome. So now let's add some dimensions. Click on Smart Dimension. Distance between center point and this line should be 13 millimeter. Radius should be 8 millimeter. Diameter of this line should be 5 millimeter. Okay, so now you can see for some reason this line is not vertical. The reason is when I made this line, I accidentally made a coincident relation here. It was not intentional. So all I can do here is I click on this point, I delete this constraint, and now I click on a line and I choose vertical. I also want this line to be tangent. So I click on a curve, hold Control, click on a line, and I choose tangent. Okay, so now I have this geometry. All I need to do is to extrude it. Click on feature, click on extrude bus, and here for the thickness, change the direction and choose 16 millimeter. Click on OK, and that's it. Okay, so now that I have this bus made, all I need to do is to use mirror command to make the other one. So from feature, click on mirror command. For mirror face, click on the drop-down menu and choose right plane. For feature to mirror, click bus extrude number 2. You can see the preview, click on OK, and that's it. Okay, last step is to make 2 holes. Click on a sketch, and select this surface. Here, I need 2 circles. So let's click here and here. Distance between the center point should be 22 millimeter. both of these circles should be in line with the origin of the geometry, so I choose vertical relation. And the diameter of both of them should be 9 millimeter. So this is 9, this is 9. And finally, distance between center point of the bottom one and this line should be 11 millimeter. And now you can see that we have a fully defined sketch. We click on feature, click on extrude cut, and then we are going to cut this part of the geometry. Click on OK, and that's it. Awesome. So that's the final part. We made all required features. Now it's time to check the volume and make sure that this model is correct. Let's go back to the question and find the total volume. In the question, you can see the total volume here. The total volume is 214,512 cubic millimeters. Let's go back to SolidWorks and check the volume for our model. In SolidWorks, in order to check the volume, you can click on Evaluate and Mass Properties, and here you can see the total volume. The total volume that we have is 214,511.97 cubic millimeters. If you round up this number, you're going to get exactly the same answer as shown in the question, which is showing our model is correct, and there's no problem with it. Okay, awesome. That's it. That's a wrap for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comment about this video, please leave comments down below. Thanks again for watching. My name is Ruzbe. Hope to see you again soon in the next videos.